Hello and welcome back to culture-lovers.eu. This time we have a different type of episode. We thought it was about time that we explained how we make our YouTube videos, and how we plan to continue to improve them. Let's put this into perspective. As said before, we intend to go and travel Europe in the start of 2022. This channel will serve as a journal for this trip, as well as for its preparation. Obviously, making videos and understanding how YouTube works is part of that. We have made some progress, but as you probably agree, there is still a long way to go. Oh, as a side note, we have not been sponsored by any of the products we mention. We just use them, since we like them. Okay, back to the story. As you can see, we currently make animated talking head videos to tell our stories. A video is the result of the process that starts with an idea and a lot of research. Research is done by reading relevant Wikipedia pages, watching YouTube videos, and any other method that we think is appropriate. As soon as we feel confident, we begin drafting the texts for the talking heads. We are not native English speakers, so we rely heavily on the Hemingway editor to give us feedback. In addition, we use the WordTune plugin to help with rephrasing. This tool is really helpful, I must say. We have also experimented with Shortly AI, but found it to be a little bit like a wild horse. Very interesting, but impossible to control. Having our texts ready, we move to VoiceMaker. VoiceMaker is a very nice text-to-speech service. We chose it after evaluating various services. Our understanding of the requirements is still evolving, and we will no doubt be back at some point to evaluate these services again. We discovered that we need voices that can pronounce foreign words correctly, we need to be able to influence where to put the accents and dynamics, and also we need support for multiple talking heads. Each of them requires a unique voice. Some of these requirements are not supported in most text-to-speech tools. These are also the type of requirements we hadn't considered before. After selecting and configuring a suitable voice in VoiceMaker, we let the service work on chunks of text. Then we listen to it, make corrections, and repeat the process. Some of the words will have to be adjusted since the software has difficulty pronouncing them. Also, we add pauses, etc. Adding pauses at the right places can do wonders. Once we are satisfied, we download the files, concatenate them in Audacity if necessary, and move on to the next step. Then, if we have not already done so, we select and prepare our talking heads. The background of the head is removed in Photoshop, and the image is saved with a transparent background. We can then load the head into Crazy Talk. In this editor, you can add a simple wireframe that Crazy Talk uses to determine how it can manipulate the head. From here on, it is all very straightforward. The prepared head is selected in the project, the background is defined as, for instance, a green screen, and the audio file is added. The real magic happens when the tool calculates what the phrases in the audio file mean for the movement of the head, lips, and eyes. It takes a few minutes to complete this process, and once done, we just export the video. We now have the core of our story, but we still need to find appropriate music and other materials such as the title slide, closing slide, backgrounds, etc. Our music is currently provided by Epidemic Sound. They provide good quality music, but we still have to spend much more time figuring out which music is right for our videos and how we integrate it well. The images and backgrounds are processed with a mixture of Photoshop, Inkscape, and a service called DeepDreamGenerator.com. As soon as we have all these components ready, we go into DaVinci Resolve and create our YouTube video. We have now followed this process several times, and we believe it is time now that we should slowly start adding live-action content. We have purchased a DJI Pocket 2 and a DJI Mini 2 for this purpose. The first contribution with the DJI Mini 2 can already be seen at the beginning of the episode on Roermond's Munster Church. However, please be aware that there is still a lot for us to learn when it comes to making videos. It is a journey in itself to learn how to make interesting real footage. Obviously, we need to improve this process as we proceed with producing YouTube videos. We try to address the weak points one by one. Please let us know if you have any suggestions. We have just begun and hope to learn. That's all for this week. For next week, we're currently researching another historical episode. If you're interested, you can subscribe and hit the little bell. Okay. See you next week.